So you touched on
Yeah.
intuition. What does that mean? What is that?
I love this topic. All right. So to me, everything should be an intuitive decision. Now, what does that mean? For someone who doesn't understand intuition whatsoever, you said the words, it's the gut feeling. The gut feeling is the God feeling, right? Quote. So when you just get, it's like when you walk in a room and all of a sudden you're just like, something doesn't feel right. Yeah, I just feel some bad juju from this room. That is your gut talking. That's instinctual. That's not your head. That's not your logic. That is not your conscious mind, which is controlled by the frontal lobe. That's no experiential evidence, right? Because nothing in the room is wrong. That's not your heart, because your heart tends to be on the lighter side. Your heart tends to be like, everyone is loving and there's so much love here and purity. But your gut, something in your gut is like, this doesn't feel right. And why I think often it's referred to as gut as well is because you will feel the physical proof within your gut. Your stomach will start to clench. You will want, your whole body will want to clench over. You have sometimes a gag reflex even, where you just, your whole body is rejecting the experience, because our bodies are highly intuitive. What that means is they're highly connected to the spiritual part of us, because although we're experiencing this physical experience in the three-dimensional plane, we are much more infinity, I should say, which is spirit, than we are physical. We're just having this temporary experience, right? But the part of us that is infinite spirit is ever present, okay? Which means that it sees the bigger picture. It sees the overall part. It is that my best metaphor for this is, imagine us, the physical self, in the valley, okay? Whereas the higher self, the one that's connected to source being God, universe, angels, is at the peak of the mountain. Now, when you're at the peak of the mountain, can you not see all the paths? You can see where you were before, where you are now, what is to come, all the mountains, all the rocks, all the rivers, all the grizzly bears, everything, okay? So if I'm in the valley, would it not be wise to silence the internal chatter just for a minute and say, higher self that's at the peak of the mountain, direct me where to go? All right. And people are like, but I don't hear a voice. It's not a voice. It's a feeling, right? It's an intuitive feeling. It's a nudge that directs you which way to go. The same way as when you walk into a room and you feel bad juju, or sometimes you meet a person and you're just like, I know this person. I feel this connection to them. Something intuitively binds you together, right? It is some connection that is unexplainable. It's why sometimes you meet someone and you instantly connect and become lifelong friends, and then other people you don't. It doesn't make that person any less of a person or not a great person. It's just this unspeakable, unexplainable connection. And that's the thing about intuition. So many people try to write a script on how to describe it, and it's not about describing intuition as much as it is about feeling your intuition. It's just an innate feeling. And the way you connect to that innate feeling is through silencing of the conscious mind. So every time you're in there and you're processing, your mind is processing, you're not connected to your intuition. All right.
Absolutely.
You need to be able to silence and be the observer of the thought, not the thought itself. We're so caught up in the hustle bustle, right? Literally, we're a world of people running on a treadmill, right? I'm asking you to get off the treadmill for 5 minutes and just take a walk. Just take a slow walk. And when you are on that slow walk, all of a sudden you're just like, oh, I should take this path. Even sometimes, and this is why people deny their intuition, because the intuition that's at the peak of the mountain will often say to you, go through that mountain, and you will end up with a cut knee, bruises, you almost drowned in the river, and you'll be like, I'm never listening to my gut again because my gut got me hurt. But the gut foresaw that beyond the mountain is 10 new paths that you wouldn't have been able to access if you weren't to go through that experience, right?